Hi, Jim Andre here, founder of the Alien Connection Truth Network. It's been a while since I've interacted with the group and group members through live video. So I figured I'd do a live today to keep things rolling. As people come in, leave a comment, like where you're from, so we can see who's viewing and whatnot. It's going to take a while for the viewership to build up here. What I like to talk today is about the big picture. That's a pretty deep subject, but it more or less connects everything uh, with each other. So I know, every once in a while there's religious talk within the group, which in a way can't be helped in certain cases because society has been so brainwashed with religion, different types of religion, nevertheless, you know, throughout society worldwide, from birth, which is in my opinion, a brainwashing. As many of you know, I'm not only the founder of the group, but I'm also an abductee. And since my abduction, I've been getting downloaded information, in the form of dreams and whatnot. And one subject that I feel compelled to talk about is the subject we're covering now, which is the big picture. Um, Everything in existence is based on energy, a universal energy. Um, the energy itself is what makes all things possible, all existence possible, for all species, everything within existence. If it were not for this universal energy, the universe itself would be non existent. Now, I'd like to wait before I go on to see how many more viewers we're going to get. According to what I see here, there's only two so far. Don't forget to leave comments and let us know where you're from. And, I'd like to interact with you guys, get your opinions on some of the statements that I make. But anyway, there are different subjects I'm going to be coming on with that I have to relay. So um, I like to get as many people involved as possible, especially with this particular topic here. I'd like to get everybody's opinion. The thing is, religion. When the Bible itself was written, it was written, with good intentions. An early book of rules and laws to abide by. But it wasn't long before the powers that be realized that they could use that to instill fear into the masses and not only make money with it, but control the masses as well. So what I'm trying to say is that, there is a universal energy which most people refer to as a God, the soul of the spirit. It's definitely the soul. It is energy that moves us. Uh, for example, somebody has a heart attack, they use a defibrillator to ignite and rekindle the inner energy with a source of outer energy. We're alive through electrical impulses. That's why when we go to the hospital, they can monitor us. They, through electrical impulses, they can see what our pulse rate is and whatnot. So, like I said, without this energy, there would be nothing, not even the universe itself. So, and this energy has got a positive and a negative, which, you know, we see as a good and an evil, opposites. And both forces have to be there in order for anything to exist to begin with. They have to feed off each other. One cannot exist without the other. So far, we've only got two viewers. I'd like to get some more viewers before I get into this any deeper. Like I said, if you're watching, leave a comment and maybe let us know where you're from. I don't see any comments yet. If you've got any comments or questions, feel free to ask. Also, if somebody would like to come on live with me, just request to do so, and I'll let you on. Are there any of my administrators watching right now? Maybe one of you guys would like to come live with me as a guest. What we are in essentially all species, we are physical units of vibrating energetic frequencies that allow the universe to observe and experience itself. Think about that for a minute. How else would the universe even know that itself existed if it were not through us? We are the universe. One law of nature is that nothing lasts forever in life. But nature's way of compensating for that is through a never-ending recycling process. And that holds true from day and night, seasons to lifetimes. When we pass on, the body is disposable, the body is generic, can only last so long. The body itself dies, the matter is left behind, but the energy moves on to a different place, different time, possibly a different dimension. The energy is eternal. It was, is, and always will be. So we go through different journeys, different phases of lives. And depending on how we carry ourselves in this particular life will more or less pave the way for what type of life we'll be living in the next life. We get a choice to carry ourselves either the right way or the wrong way. I don't see any comments here now. I don't know if this is not working or what the deal is, but so far we've only got 4 viewers. That's not very many. Like I said, if anybody would like to join me live, just let me know. There should be an option there for you if you're using a cell phone, I believe. I don't know if you can do it with a computer. But as far as, oh, we got a comment. Curtis Webster asks, what's their big picture with us or with the universe? Well, we're all existing due to this energy, my experience has been with the short grays, and the way I see them is that they're not exactly human like we are, but clones, like almost robotic. I don't think they have any conception of right. Well, they may have right or wrong, but I don't think they feel like love, hate, and whatnot. They don't feel the emotions that the humans do. I believe they're here on a mission, and I believe that mission is for them to save man from man himself. I mean, unarguably, we're at a point in time where man is on the verge of self-destruction, and I do believe he's greedy and dumb enough to exterminate himself with no problem. Oh, we're up to 7 viewers. Oh, now we're down to 5. I must have said something somebody didn't like. Oh, we're down to 4 now. Yeah, so whoever's watching, leave a comment or something and let me know you're here and where you're from. No, it wouldn't be emotional saving man from man himself, but in the long run, in other words, think about this: if man disintegrated the planet, it would have a domino effect, an adverse effect on the rest of the solar system. The Earth's gravitational pull would no longer be there, which would send the moon hurtling wherever it wants to go and other planets in the solar system. So, in the event that that ever occurred here, it would be detrimental to them as well. So, I mean, everything doesn't have to be based on feeling or emotion. And of course, it's not only the alien grays that exist. There's numerous. I'm not sure of, you know, how many, but there's numerous alien species out there. Uh, there's no doubt about that, and there's good and bad in them as well, as far as what their intentions are. It's like that within everything in nature, positive and negative, good and bad. If anybody like to come live with me here, you're welcome to do so. Let me see if my buddy in California is around. Maybe he'll come live with me. We have the same mission in some ways. Well, I mean, I think for most, existence is an experience, is a journey. Um, let's say the majority are not on a mission; they're just here to experience the journey itself. Right now, the world that we're in is very unstable, more unstable than it's ever been in the history of mankind. And I don't believe that that has anything to do with an entity known as Satan. It's just the number one demon in this world is greed. So, if man could cut out his ego, this would be a much more peaceful world to live in. See, we have this psychological idea that most of us, that he who dies with the most toys wins. Without even, you know, thinking about the fact that you can't take it with you. So whatever fortunes you amass in this lifetime, you can't take it with you, and you just be leaving it behind for someone else to enjoy. When everybody or any species is born, they're slaves. Slaves to what? Slaves to survival. Well, once you're in existence, you have to survive by whatever means is possible. With sun cycles, we in trouble. Well, we know historically, scientifically, that at one time there was, more than one ice age, but there was one massive ice age. Man wasn't here at the time. So, I mean, as far as global warming, I think that's a bunch of crap. nature just, throughout different time phases goes through different cycles. And whereas the earth and sun and universe have been here for approximately 4.3 billion years, I'm sure it will be here much longer. You're welcome, Jenny. Like I said, anybody that wants to join me live, feel free to do so. Life isn't really a problem to be solved. It's a journey to be experienced. But what we have wrong in this world today is the 1%, the elite. They've got an agenda, and that agenda is to create a new world order. And we've been seeing that unfold right before our eyes. And the thing that gets me is that the majority seem so blind to that fact. Thank you for the knowledge, Godfather. I don't know if you mean that in a good way or a bad way there, Curtis. All I can say is, we all exist. We're all in the same boat. We do the best with what we got. But most people are never satisfied with what they got. They've always got to get more, so. And I can tell you right now, something big is coming down the pike, with all these shootings, if they're not false flags, which I believe most of them are. They'll be coming for our guns and our weapons. And if we're dumb enough to allow them to do that, we deserve whatever's coming down the pike. That's all I can say. We want to give up our, own security in the name of our own freedom and constitutional rights in the name of security. We deserve whatever's coming. No, aliens are not going to attack us on July 4th. If anything, the government one day might leak something out and twist it and make you think that they'll attack us when they really won't. Because if anything, what they're going to do is save man from man himself. Jonathan, where did you get that idea that aliens are going to attack on July 4th? Aliens have been around for a very long time. They were existing before we were. As a matter of fact, we're a biological experiment by the aliens themselves, uh, which was done by genetic manipulation and artificial insemination between themselves and the great ape species. We all have alien DNA in us. We're all alien hybrids. But we're a more becoming species. We're able to feel more emotion. And that particular energy there, you know, I'm a firm believer in reincarnation. The energy moves on. And I think they created us for, that's one reason they created us so that they could, obviously the energy moves them as well. It moves everything. And they would like to come back as a human rather than an alien species. How you doing, Dan from Maine? On my next live video, I'm going to have a guy named Mike Wilkerson on as a guest. I've done some spiritual healing with him, and he's also had some experiences as of late with unidentified flying objects around his home. He was followed home 40 miles by one night last week. Alvin, if the government can't ship 11 million illegals back to their countries, how can they confiscate over 300 million guns? Well, if we're dumb enough to give them up, I mean, you know, with all these shootings going on and threats of terrorism, if the majority, which I believe the majority are blind to begin with, are dumb enough to give up their weapons, well, they could probably pull it off. Hitler did the same thing. And just as a side note, there's hundreds of FEMA camps built throughout the nation that don't resemble camps at all. They're prisons. They got the high fences, hooked fences, barbed wire, locks. I mean, you know, they like us to believe they're there in you know, case of an emergency or something like that, but that's all bull crap. Plus, they have underground bunkers built, probably 150 of them worldwide, you know, that are self-contained, climate control. They can grow crops. They have all the food they need, all the water, everything they need. What is that for? Only the dumb die. Well, I haven't seen any smart person live forever. Have you? We actually live forever in phases, different lifetimes. Hello, Terry. Where are you from, Terry? I agree with that, Alvin. Just live long and try and live a good life. Exactly. You know, our makeup is what comes from within inside. You know, from the heart, whether it be good intentions or bad, comes from within. It's not an outside force, it's a force from within. And it's not basically, it's not how long we live, it's how we live while we live. But like I said, something big is going to come down the pike. This is all going to come to a head. And I don't think it's going to be very pretty, but the way society is today, you know, historically, throughout history, all great societies have risen and fallen, and our society at this point in time isn't going to be any different. Yep, I agree, Alvin. Making good memories, yeah, those are the ones that you cherish and keep in your heart. Where are you from, Alvin? Hi, Cynthia. Anybody have any further questions? Where are you from, Cynthia? We're up to 8 views, so now down to 7. Woo! Nobody wants to come on live with me? How you doing, Cynthia from Phoenix, Arizona? Okay. I'm based here in Massachusetts. Well, survival is a natural instinct. No doubt about that. What is that question, Jeff? Will all humanity's saving grace? Well, that's something that comes from within. Everybody's got a different perspective and way of looking at things. Cynthia asks, do you think the earthquakes and volcanoes are going to get worse? Well, I think a lot of them are being purposely triggered by different technologies that the elite or the 1% have. I think a lot of it is shady, to say the least. unfortunately, Cynthia, it seems as though that things always get worse. They never get any better, and that's the point. Like I said, it'll come to a head sooner or later. Probably sooner than later. Why the sudden increase in UFO appearances? Well, disclosure is coming. I mean, full disclosure will be here also sooner or later. I don't believe there's a planet Nubaru. I can't say that there isn't, but I don't believe it's a threat to us. If that's what you're getting at, Cynthia. I'm sure the extraterrestrials have some type of technology where if a planet was going to decimate the Earth, that they would have the technology to alter its course and prevent that. Hi, Sarah. I know where Sarah's from. Sarah's from London, I believe, or England, somewhere around there. What's your location, Sarah? You know, like I said before, man is on the verge of self-destruction. It's not going to be an outside force like planet Nibiru or anything like that that's going to get us. We're going to destroy ourselves. Oh, 7 whole viewers. Woo! Nobody wants to come live with me, huh? Okay. Okay, Sarah's from Bradford in the north of England. Okay. I knew you were from England. Well, I agree with you there, Cynthia. And that's my thing. I just can't believe how blind the majority is, you know. It's either that they're totally blind or they just don't give a hoot. Sarah, from what I understand, there's a lot of UFO activity there in England around where you're at. Am I right? I know they say smoking is no good, but I look at it this way. Right now, I'm putting my lungs through a very rigorous, vigorous exercise regime. That's what we do when we go to the gym, right, for our body. Same thing. Are the inhabitants of the subterranean cities going to give us a hand in this sooner or later destruction? Well, my feeling is that you know the masses have been blind for so long that we've reached a point of no return. We're vulnerable right now. Um, so, like I say, I think our only hope is the aliens intervening to save man from man himself. Dave says, hard to wake up when they dope us with all the meds, keep our heads pointed down at these phones, and keep us entertained to the point that we see nothing around or above us. And I have to agree with that. That's a good point, Dave. Yes. It's all about mind control. It's about control, period. Control of the masses. That's one thing. That's why they give us so much freedom here on the internet. See, they can actually draw up psychological profiles, you know, of each individual just by how they interact with the internet. What sites they visit, what they say on the internet, what videos they post, what they say in the different blogs. So that's what that's all about. They get psychological profiles from us. They love that. Not only that, with the cell phones, they know where we are at all times. So there is a reason for their madness, I'm sure. And like I say, their agenda is to start a new world order, and they want to lower the population. When do I think it all started? Well, the elite are known as the Illuminati. They're the ones in control of everything. That started in 1776, I believe. It's been a long, slow process, very deceptive. They do it in increments, very, very sneaky. Yes, we are buggered, and yes, the aliens are good. It's us that are bad. They could turn off the internet, but they need to control us. Exactly. Yeah, it's too bad. I tried adding you. Uh, Let me try again. I'm gonna try it again, Scooby. See what happens. Tutor us and how what, tutor? Comments are getting away from me here. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Yeah, I know I've been told that most the radio voice. Never get into announcing though. Hey, there he comes, Scooby. He's trying to come through. He's getting a bad camera connection, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because right now
Uh,
where I am,
Well, see, you're in
the
the dock. You're
internet
in the
is
dock.
very
But
slow. No, no, the place is bright, but you know, where I am, let's go.
so is it dark where you're at?
All right, no, the light. I
Oh,
was in the living room.
that's much better.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Good program, man. Good program. I think that a lot of us need the enlightenment. It's a touchy issue, though. But
Yeah, it's a very
good
touchy
program.
issue.
Glad to
It's
know. Yeah,
it's deep. It's very deep. Yeah.
deep, very, very, very deep. And it's just nice to know that it have people out there, willing to take that stand to bring the truth. no matter what,
Yeah, it's not easy though. Like I say, what dumbfounds me is how the majority is so blind. They can't see it. You know what I mean? That's what gets me.
Yeah, for real, for real. And as I say, on the state of the issue, being touchy, it's hard to even come out and try to express the truth. Even if you know the truth, sometimes you have to stay quiet.
Right.
You know,
But lots of times the truth is boils down to what each individual perceives as being their truth. See, because everybody has a different perspective,
so true,
and
so
that's
true,
where all
so
the
true. So
controversy and friction arises.
well, I guess that you know not everybody were made to handle or accept the truth.
Well, that's true. Yeah, a lot
Not
of people, like they say, the truth is a hard pill to swallow.
for real, for real, for real. No, no, it's true, it's true, it's true.
That
It's
is
true.
true. Yeah.
I
I
came
don't know.
across the video there,
Huh?
scrolling and thinking like, yeah, I say, all right, I like this program. That's a good program.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting, and it's very important as well. I mean, it's got to do with the future of mankind, basically. Tudor is asking, when do you think it will be over and how? Well, that's kind of a hard question to answer. Um, I know it'll all come to a head sooner or later. There's no doubt about that.
Huh, huh, huh.
Well, we're up to 7 viewers. Woo, woo. Oh, 8 now. So,
Well,
where are you from?
Caribbean, man.
Caribbean. Okay, yeah, I like your
Caribbean.
accent.
You ever heard about Trinidad?
Trinidad. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, Trinidad, man. Yeah, 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 yeah.
and you're half a world
So,
away. What time is it
well,
over there?
buddy, so true. It's about 12:33 to be exact.
Is that in the morning or the afternoon?
Just the afternoon.
Oh, afternoon. Okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah. Just finished work there. Just decide to, just touch in and look at the Facebook. But I like these programs, because I do a lot of talking, to like loved ones and friends, and as I always say, to me it comes down to like, sometimes we complain about stuff, we see stuff, we know stuff. Sometimes you try, but how much people you could get to understand what you understand, It's more
Yeah,
like
well,
you had to focus on trying to understand yourself and
right. A
understanding
lot.
others other than,
Yeah,
huh?
like you say, I got friends and some family that think I'm nuts, but what are you gonna do?
For real. Oh my God. No, no, it's true, it's true, it's true, it's true, it's true. It's true. And by now, in a nutshell, we just had to do just that what we need to do, you know,
Well, that's it. We
love
have to
one
do
another.
yeah, as individuals. We gotta just do what we think is right. That's it, right? That's all we can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. And always be peaceful, always be peaceful. Peace, peace. I guess peace and love is the key.
Well, that's true, but what gets in the way of most of that? Like I said before, the number one demon in the world is greed, and man's ego is what creates all this friction and imbalance.
So true. It is
You take away the
exactly that.
ego, and I think this would be a much better world to live in.
For real, for real, for real. That is always say, I always picture myself and my people as, when I say my people, I mean all the inhabitants of the earth, as the newest creation. But yet still we want to be, dominant and all ignorant,
Yeah. Yeah.
when a lot of stuff that we use now, technologically wise, is like it was here.
Right.
Like there's nothing new under the sun, as it is written.
That's right. Cynthia asked me if I go to any UFO conventions. I haven't, but I'm planning on it, but funds are always a must for something like that. I really can't afford it at this time, but hopefully in the future I might be able to do so. So you're from Trinidad, right, Scooby?
Yeah, man.
But are you in Trinidad now, or are you in the States?
No, I'm in Trinidad.
Oh, are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Trinidad.
How's the economy over there?
Very well. All right, everything going cool, governments come, governments go, try to maintain stuff, try to uplift certain standards of the country, I would say for now
Well,
it's going well.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say for now it's going well. It's going well.
All we can do is one
In
day at
all
a time.
cases and in all places.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All we can
yeah,
do is
yeah,
one
yeah.
day at a time.
And the thing is, like as state, the state are, like us compared to, where we should reach our level of attainment by now, you'll find that mismanagement is one of our downfalls anywhere you go.
Oh yeah. And you know what's really tough is all the deception with the smoke screens and mirrors that the government conducts. You know what I mean? And there's corruption at all levels of government. It's you know
So true.
it's like here in the United States. You buy a home or you own property, and that's only psychological. You don't really own it because you can have a 25, 30-year mortgage, have it all paid off. You still have to keep paying the property taxes, thousands of dollars a year. And if you happen to come across some bad times, you can't afford to pay it, they'll auction it off and you lose it. So, you know, technically, you don't really own anything. They control everything.
Hmm.
And, it's a shame in a way, but it's our own fault because we allow it.
Yeah. No, it's true, it's true, it's true.
They've always said this is
Hmm.
a free country, but where is it free? You pay for everything. There's
Yeah,
nothing. There's
yeah.
nothing free.
Hmm. We could only, I guess we could only try, make and try by making ourselves the better person, the better people, you know, and
Yeah.
even, the target, we can't really target elders because most elders, they are already bent, built, and they're strong in and set in their own ways. But you see, the children, you know, we had to make sure and embed in the children values, morals,
Right.
shape
And
them.
but that's who the government targets as they're growing up, the new generation, so they can think the way the government wants them to think. How they teach them in the schools and whatnot.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. But I think if we dig deep within ourselves, we'll realize that looking at technology, which I see as replicating our potential as human beings. I just always say the potential technological advances, all their potentials, what they can do is exactly what we can do. And I think that we can do more. And if this technology, this age technology, shows us where they could touch the mind of others and so many, I think that we can also do the same by just thinking it.
Well, yeah, spiritually, I mean, I do spiritual healing as well. I mean, that
Mhm.
universal energy, you can tap into that. And of course, you can choose to
Yeah,
do either something positive or negative with it. I work with the good side, and I've
good.
been successful at that. So I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that that's a special energy, the universal energy that makes all things possible. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a deep thing, and hard for a lot of people to grasp. You know,
So true.
so
So true. So true. But by the way, I
but
must
like I
I
said,
must add that I'm delighted to hear you speak. To hear somebody speak. I always look up to that. Anyone who speaks sense, be cool. Acceptive. That is cool, and thanks. Thanks
yeah,
for being that way, bro.
oh yeah,
It's
well, you
nice.
have to. I mean, it's a shame, and like I keep saying, I know I repeat myself, but the majority is blind, and that's a shame because the power lies with the people, with the
Yeah,
majority. But the
it's true.
majority are asleep, and they know that. That's why they keep getting away with what they do, you know.
It's so true.
And when it
So
comes,
true.
people will agree with you, and then when it comes time to make a stand, you look around, you're standing there by yourself, so there's not much you can do then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. I made mention the other day. I made mention to a biblical story, and I said, you look at Noah, Noah and the ark, all right? Let me just go on the storyline. When you check it out, he must have had friends and family, and plenty of friends and family too.
Right.
But when it came down to brass tack, who really was with him?
Yeah, nobody.
So a lot of us might be there and around, but
Yeah, I believe the Bible
yeah,
was written in legends, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a total truth either. For example, it talks
I
about
understand that.
yeah,
I
for
understand that.
example, it talks about the final battle, the Battle of Armageddon, the final conflict between good and evil. But my point is,
Yeah,
it's an energy, and you've got that positive and negative that have to feed off each other. One cannot exist
yeah.
without the other. See. So think about this now. If
Yeah.
good were to rise up against, if evil were to rise up against good to the point of victory, why would it even think of doing that? For the simple reason that if evil ever overpowered good, it would be in essence destroying itself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It would
No, I
no longer
understand
be,
that. Hmm.
yeah, it would no longer be serving any useful purpose.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
you,
well said,
Cynthia.
well said. Point taken. Point
Yeah,
taken.
yeah, I'm going to respond to Cynthia's comment. I agree that, what you're saying, we have to bring change from within ourselves. And I think the majority are willing to do that. But it's the 1% that screw everything up, see? And the majority
Hmm.
just don't see it, I guess. So,
I like Derek comment. What Derek said, only 8 people, you guys are doing the right thing. Oh God. Hey. Oh
That's right.
yes. Well, it was
I
nice.
agree with Michelle.
Hmm?
I agree with Michelle. She says,
Uh-huh.
if everything we have been taught is a lie and reversed from how we were taught, religion has killed so many people and suppressed our authentic creative self, which in a way is true because I mean, there's good and bad in everything, you know, even religion itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So true.
Yeah, you've got the Catholic priests that molested altar boys for decades, right? And how about Jim Jones? 909, I believe it was 912 lives were lost, 200
Yeah,
and
yeah,
something
yeah,
of them
yeah.
children, right?
Isn't
So,
it Guyana?
and
Was it
then,
Guyana?
you know, then the nuns and the priests and the rectories, they find newborn skeletons buried underneath, you know, the
Yes, yes.
rectories.
Oh gosh.
You know what that's all about, right? I mean,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Different. Different.
it's just a
It is
positive
so
and a negative,
different.
and they have to be there to feed off of each other.
Mm-hmm. In order for existence, that positive and that electrical pattern remains as if it was the basis of humanity itself or life, positive and negative.
Yeah,
They both must exist.
that's right. You have good days, you have bad days, you know, and then, you know, that gives us a choice as to how we want to carry ourselves through life, you know, whether we want to do good or evil.
Um, so true. Oh, yes. Well, bro, I must leave there. I have some stuff there to do. Thanks for having me
Okay. And
on. Nice meeting you.
I want to thank you for joining me, and you're always welcome again anytime.
All right. Well, blessings and peace and enjoy, right? Thanks.
Okay, peace, brother. Good luck to you.
All right, later. Okay, bye.
Bye bye. I guess on that, any more questions before I end the video? Peace out, Michelle. Thanks for joining in with us. Like I said, my next live video, I'm going to have a guy named Mike Wilkerson as my guest. And I'll try to pre-post when that's going to come on. Maybe we'll have a few more viewers. Take care, everybody.